Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I am so excited to talk to you guys about the circulatory system today. So, I know we had a little bit of a break last week with the navigating celebration, so hopefully that was beneficial to you guys. But we are picking up again in the systems to care, talking all about blood today. So, I want you to think about a highway. So I want you to think about whether you are in a small town with little bitty bumpy gravel roads or a big city with lots of turns and twists and byways and bridges and tunnels. This is what I want you to think about when we talk about the blood. And so, like highways in our body, our blood has different vessels that it uses to be able to travel through our body. And so you might be wondering why that's important, and I will get to that in just a second. The big thing is to know that there are three main vessels, or three main ways that your body has blood flow in and through it, okay? This is really important because our body needs blood, right? To live and survive. Our body needs these things to be able to grow and function and have oxygen. All of these things kind of interwork together. And so the first one is your arteries, okay? So arteries carry blood away from the heart, okay? And so the closer that you get to the heart, of course, the bigger that these are going to be. And then as you branch out into the body, the smaller they become, okay? And so they start out real big like arteries, and then they move into what's called arterioles, which are smaller branches of arteries. And so it kind of reminds me a little bit of when we talk about, the broccoli and the ravioli with the respiratory system. If you missed that one, it's a good one. Go back in and check it out. But how everything kind of branches, right? And so our bodies are like that. And the center of everything a lot of times is the heart. It's the one thing that never rests. It's the one thing that we always have to have functioning. If it was, truly at rest, we would be, dead. And so it's the one thing that everything kind of interconnects and relates with. And so based off of that and how your blood flows and what you need more of and what you need more blood in different areas would depend on how big or small or how very many of these vessels that you would have in different areas of your body, okay? And so the arteries tend to be thicker and bigger because they are moving blood. They are pumping the blood out of the heart that's oxygenated and into the different areas of your body, okay? The opposite of an artery would be a vein. And so a vein is actually pulling blood back into the heart to be able to allow it to be oxygenated. So it pulls it back in. So instead of pumping out like an artery, it pulls in, and this is a vein, okay? And so veins have, bigger capacity as they are closer to the heart, and as they get further away from the heart, of course, they're smaller like arteries. So these are called venules, okay? And so the reason why I even bring these up, good morning, Wendy, is because you have to have arterioles and venules to be able to keep the third vessel, which is a capillary, okay? And so where the venules and the arterioles mix like this, where they touch and they come together, is actually what's called a capillary, okay? And so capillaries provide the cells with the ability to have oxygen, nutrients, and then they also pull out waste particles of your cells, okay? So things that aren't working correct, things that, junk pieces from older, parts that we don't need anymore, okay? And so these are going on in and through your body everywhere, okay? So capillaries, you'll have more capillaries in certain areas of your body. So think about when you get cut. So no matter where you get cut in your body, you are bleeding, right? Good morning, Bonnie. The thing is, though, when you have more capillaries in a certain area, you're going to bleed more, okay? So the prime thing that I think about is, head wounds. So anytime that, you have even just like a little scrape or like, I know sometimes my boys will bump into something, but my goodness, if it's on the head, it's going to be like gushing, right? Because your body needs a lot of blood in your head a lot of ability to do that because it's the center nervous system, it's the control system for everything. And so, of course, there's a lot more capillaries in that area than in every other area because it needs more ability to have the blood and have it, free flowing and there and available. Okay. And so you can't grow new arteries or new veins, unfortunately. The ones that you are blessed with and given at the time of birth are the ones that you will always have. And so this is when we have little ones that, potentially have heart defects or things of that nature that they have to look at. This is because, with other systems of the body, sometimes, we can move past those things and we can allow ourselves, sometimes we don't have both kidneys, or sometimes, this isn't working out quite as right as it should. But when we talk about the heart, it's set and, it's not really going to change. So as it happens at birth, it's going to be kind of how it is. And so with that being said, it's important for us to take care of what we are given. And so if you missed the All About Fats section, that was a couple months ago that we did that one. That one talks all about making sure that we have good healthy fats to not clog our arteries, okay? And so it's very easy to do that when we have trans fats, when we have saturated fats, when we have those ones that are, biologically not occurring, so they're man-made ones. And so with that, it would decrease the flow of the artery because it would be clogged, because it becomes smaller in cylinder shape because of the fat that's in and around it. And so know that there are ways that you can clean out that and that you can rejuvenate that and kind of stop that from happening. And that would be back in the last one that we talked about with fats. But you cannot grow new ones. And so once they are there, and if there is a problem with them, you can't grow them again. It's unfortunate. Our bodies have the cells that we talked about before and how they're always rejuvenating all the time. But it's not the same when we talk about arteries and veins, okay? It is the same when we talk about capillaries, though. So follow me for a second. You can grow new capillaries, and you do grow new capillaries when you exercise on a regular basis. And so when you exercise and you are doing things on a routine, your body has the potential to grow muscle, okay? This is a good thing. Okay, when we grow muscle, though, our body needs more oxygen in those muscles that have grown. It needs to be able to give them more nutrients. It needs to be able to make sure that they're functioning. And the best way to do that is through capillaries. And so this is how, when we say you need to exercise, it decreases blood pressure. This is the science behind that, okay? So a lot of times, we hear this all the time. Oh, do this because it causes that. Oh, do this because it causes this. But here is your why, okay? As you exercise, your body grows new capillaries, and having new capillaries allows the blood to flow more efficiently throughout the body. So not just to the muscles that are growing extra capillaries, but to everywhere, okay? So think about the last time that you were in a big city and it was congested, right? So it's 5 o'clock traffic. There's only so many roads, but there's way too many cars on these roads, right? And so this is why it's important to have extra capillaries. So extra capillaries are like new roads. And so it has the ability for the blood to flow more efficiently, not just to those muscles, but to your organs that you need. So to your kidneys and into your brain and into your lungs and down into your legs and your toes and all of those different types of things. And so it's really, really important that we make sure that we are trying to be as physically active as possible, within our certain means, of course. But, we've talked about this several times in regards to the ability of integrating exercise or intentional movement into your routine. And so do know that I have a Time for Fitness group, and some of you guys are in and on that. That is going to allow you to have workouts that are pre-prescribed for you based off of all intensity levels. And this month, starting in December, it's everything that you can travel with. And so if you are traveling during the holidays, you do not have to worry about taking your exercise with you, because I've created exercise routines that involve very little equipment that you can pack in a bag or a purse and you can take with you no matter if you're at a hotel or if you're at someone else's house that's very small and condensed. These are workouts that are going to be able to fit you wherever you're at. And so know that that is an option for you if you are interested in creating more capillaries into your body. We're going to be talking about blood again next week, but we're going to go more into the different reasons why or functions of the blood, and then we'll actually get into like red blood cells versus white blood cells. What's the difference? What do they do? We talk about plasma a little bit and platelets, all of those terms that I feel like we hear a lot of times at a doctor's office when they take your blood, but sometimes we don't realize what each of those pieces and parts of the blood actually do. And so that's what we will be diving into next week as well. But big takeaways for this week is, arteries carry blood away from the heart, and then the veins bring it back into the heart. We want to be able to have the best flow, which means we have a good healthy diet, and we have exercise, which decreases our blood pressure because it's creating more capillaries, which are the middle point between the smallest arteries, so arterioles, and the smallest veins, venules, and where those meet is called a capillary. So there is your tidbit for today in regards to Wellness Wednesday. If you guys have any other questions, please know I'm here for you. Ask those below if you're watching this on the replay, #replay. And if you need any other help, support, encouragement in any way, know that I am here for you in whatever way possible. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys soon.